Hello trainers, this is Steven here with another Pokemon review. Up for review is the third Pokemon Nendoroid, Pokemon Trainer N. Originally available as an exclusive to the Japanese Pokemon Center and Amazon.jp, the fine folks at the Pokemon Company International brought it to the US, and it is available at the Pokemon Center's website for everyone to buy. Partnered with the legendary Pokemon Reshiram, this Nendoroid looks very promising, so let's take a look to see whether or not it's worth adding into your collection. N looks really nice, with nice paint apps and sculpt. However, the paint application is a bit odd, because as you'll see, the small paint apps are practically perfect, while some areas look like they should have had a bit more attention at the factory. A look at the head where you can see the decals on the faceplate are great, as usual, and the shading on the hair is rather impressive. However, the white-gray on the front of his hat isn't too perfect, but when it's up on the shelf, it's not really that noticeable. Now, the back of his head where you can see the paint application for the hair even better. The wondrous shades of green are truly impressive. And yes, I am seriously geeking out over his hair. It's really impressive in hand. A look at the main body of N where you can see the blue and gold paint apps on the orb on the necklace are great, and the knot Rubik's Cube is nicely done too. The wristbands look pretty great too, but on careful inspection it looks like the black paint for his undershirt may have been sprayed onto his skin a bit. Small error overall. Moving along to Reshiram, it does follow N in terms of paint apps. The head where the eyes look very nice, and the lines on the face, which I could best describe as panel lines, are well done. The wings where the light blue-purple paint is applied pretty well. A look at the chest where the little tuft of fur looks pretty nice. A quick look at the feet of Reshiram. And finally the tail. The bands look nice and the sculpt really nails the look of an engine well. So, the short of it. They both look really great, with flaws that aren't too bad, but they do make you scratch your head a little bit. Now, N is more so a display piece than it is an action figure, so it's not meant to have too many points of articulation, but thankfully there are some points, so this way we can get N to be a bit more expressive. First off, neck is on a swivel hinge combo, your typical Nendoroid neck joint. So you can turn the head around a bit, bob it back and forth. The hairpiece is on the same style joint. So this way you can move it around if you want. Moving to the arms. At the shoulders we have a swivel, as you can see here. There is a bicep swivel, which is pretty neat. The wrists have a swivel, so you can spin the hands around. Waist, a little bit of a swivel there. At the hips, same style joint we have in the neck, so this way you can swivel the legs around like so. So, like I said, not too many points of articulation, but thankfully the accessories do make up for that. Next up is Reshiram here, and it has a few points of articulation. First and foremost, the head is attached to the neck on a ball joint. That way you can spin the head around a little bit. These little tufts of fur, or whatever they would technically be, they do block the articulation a little bit, but not so much so because it's more of a display piece. The wings, arms, whatever you would like to call them, are on a swivel hinge combo, just like a standard Nendoroid neck. So you get basic ball joint functionality here. They do like to pop off if you spin them around too much, so do be careful with that. Both of them have the same range of movement. And then finally, we have swivels for the legs. Tail features no articulation, and if you assembled it correctly, you'll know why. On to the accessories, and first up, N comes with a support stand. Now, those of you who have been collecting Nendoroids know that this stand actually looks a bit different. And the reason for that is N has this very weird hairpiece here. Now, you can fight with it and you can try to put the support arm into the hole on N's back, but I don't like to do that. What I like to do is first pop off N's head. Very easy to do. Attach the support arm to N's back, just like this. Line the body up how you would want it on the stand, and then carefully reattach the head. Now the reason why I say that is this stand can be a pain with the arm piece, because you can even see here, it's slightly touching up against the support arm. So you want to try to avoid that. So this way you don't damage any parts at all. But once you get it working, N looks pretty nice on the stand. Right out of the box, N comes with a neutral looking faceplate. However, as an accessory, he does come with this happier looking faceplate, which I've been using in some of the shots because I like to mix things up. Now, in some poses and some pictures, this actually does look kind of creepy. But anyway, to swap out the faceplates, it's very simple to do. Simply grab the front of N's hat, wiggle it off nice and easy, grab the currently attached faceplate, wiggle that off, line up the new faceplate, wiggle that on, and then reattach the front of the hat. Now, let's say you want to spread N's arms a little bit further apart. Thankfully, we do get an accessory which allows you to do that. First step, what you'll need to do is pop the forearms off of N at that bicep swivel I showed you earlier. Then, pop the shoulder pieces off. We'll set those to the side. And in this set, you get these new shoulder pieces. So then what you do is you wiggle the forearm pieces into the hole on that part of the arm, and then just wiggle it in like so. Now, I'm not going to show you the other arm part because I'm going to show you an additional arm part N comes with, where he comes with a hand with a peg in it. What could that peg be for? We'll find out in a minute. So all you have to do is wiggle that in. Now, N also comes with an additional hand part for the left arm, and that is the hand with a pointing finger. So to swap out the hands, they're all on swivels, so gently wiggle the hand out, put it off to the side, and then plug the new hand into the socket, just like so. Now N is almost ready for battle. Now let's say you find N's legs to be, well, a bit boring. Thankfully, we get a bent leg part here at the knee, and to swap it out, all you have to do is gently pull on the currently attached leg and pop the new leg part into where the old one was. Now it looks like he's getting ready to throw something. And what might that something be? N is getting ready to throw a Pokeball. Of course, you've seen this so far with every Pokemon Nendoroid released, and once again it is slightly different, only having a hole in the back of it, not on the bottom. Getting N to hold this Pokeball is super easy to do. Hand with peg, hole in the back of the Pokeball, line it up, press it in, and voila! Now N is ready to start a Poke Battle. And the final accessory N comes with is the white dragon you see in front of you. Reshiram, because by a technicality you are buying the Nendoroid N, not Reshiram. So everything considered, we do get a nice amount of accessories with N. Maybe an additional faceplate or two, maybe some smaller Pokemon instead of Reshiram, or maybe Zekrom instead of Reshiram, but overall, this is a nice package. Now, for those of you worried about N's size, don't worry. About the same size as other Nendoroids. First, here's N alongside some Mario SH Figuarts. Here, alongside some Nintendo Figma. Alongside other Nintendo Nendoroids. Rounding the corner with some D-Arts Pokemon figures. And finally, here's N alongside the other currently released Pokemon Nendoroids. So if you have a spot cleared for N already, chances are it'll fit just fine. Now, unfortunately, as I said before, Reshiram is small and out of scale, but exactly how big is it? Here, alongside some D-Arts Pokemon figures. And finally, here's Reshiram alongside the other Nendoroid Pokemon. Definitely out of scale, however, it is a neat little accessory to have. So, buy N now, skip him, or hunt for a deal. The paint apps on this guy look great, with many small details captured perfectly, and minimal paint slop. The accessories, though small in number for the N figure itself, are great considering we get the large, but not too large, Reshiram. Despite it being out of scale, it's still an impressive piece. The only drawback is, where's Zekrom? Another N release in the future, perhaps? Overall, this was a great choice for a Nendoroid. Despite your opinion of him in the source material, it's easy to say this figure set is nice. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't. If you'd like to view some of my other videos, go ahead and click on the pictures in this video, and you'll be taken right to them. I've hand-selected them just for you. Be sure to check the description for both more information and some links to help me out, including a link to my Patreon. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.